It's story time. In this video, I'm going to tell you about my crazy week last week. I can't believe I made it through, but I'm okay. Hi, it's Karolyn. If you want to learn how to bake and decorate amazing cakes, then I would love for you to join me by hitting subscribe and the bell. Why do I say it like that? Subscribe and the bell. Anyway, before we get started, I just want to talk about my shirt. I created a little cake design and I just got this and I love it so much and I thought it was just something fun. I made it on Teespring and there's links below the video that you can purchase one of these if you want. Just a note, I got a size medium. I'm like 5'3", 137 pounds. And like Chandler, that girl she dated, I'm a little broad-backed, if you will. So a medium fits good. I like this little flowy tank top, but I have it made in a t-shirt and sweatshirts, and even like my boyfriend would say, a water bottle. Oh, there's one on a water bottle. Anyway, so if you wanted to get this design, I'm going to come up with more designs too. Just scroll or what? Just look below the video. So I want to talk about the crazy week that I had last week because I want to let you know that even 20 years into this, things aren't always perfect and I can go a little insane and want to cry. So let me just start by saying I'm looking at a calendar right now, the first and second week in June, I was completely booked in March for the first and second week in June, and I have been turning down orders and I overbooked myself. Okay, and I don't like to do that because this is the kind of thing that happens. So basically, I was working from Monday all the way to Saturday from like 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. to get 10 cakes. I took on 10. And 10 is, I knew when I took it, I knew I was going to go a little insane, and I shouldn't take 10 cakes. Now, they weren't all big. They were different varying sizes. Some were easier than others. Yeah, it still took hours and hours and hours to complete. Now, I want to give a little advice. Whenever I take on a week like that, I need to schedule in breaks, because if I am just working constantly from morning to evening without taking a break, I go a little insane. And it feels like I can't take a break. I need to get all this stuff done. But what I did a couple days in the week, I went to the gym. And I remember on my way to the gym, I was so stressed. I was like, I have so much to do. I don't have time for the gym. But when I got there, I felt so much better. Like I was able to not think about all the things that I had to do, clear my mind, and that's one of my recommendations if you are super busy, to take some time out, go for a walk, go outside, go to the gym, clear your mind, do something fun because it really does help get you back into the correct mindset and be able to work a lot better. Now, so I'll put the cakes that I made over here. And so some of them were small. Some of them had edible images on them and they were a lot easier to do. And some were pretty detailed and took a lot of time to make the decorations. And the one issue that I had was with this Hamilton cake. All right, adorable, right? First of all, I love Hamilton. And if you don't know me, I'm a self-proclaimed mad rapper. I love Eminem and Jay-Z and Biggie and like all that. I saw Hamilton with my mom and I loved it. It's an amazing show. So Priscilla, she is one of my friends. I used to do pole fitness. I was a pole fitness teacher, and Priscilla went to the pole studio and I know her very well. And luckily she's one of my friends and she's so chill. So this incident wasn't a very big deal. So I delivered her cake for her daughter's quinceañera. Am I saying that right? On Saturday, June 4th. And because that was in the subject line in the email, it was on the order form, June 4th. Well, I got there and they're like, well, we have a quinceañera tomorrow, meaning Sunday. And I drove like a half hour to get there and I was like, oh my gosh. And the girl said to me, we can store it in our fridge, like not a big deal. And I was like, oh, thank God, I'm not gonna have to go back home and then bring it back. It'll save me a trip. Well, Sunday, which was yesterday, I'm filming this on Monday, Priscilla texted me and she's like, the cake is melting. All right, she sends me a picture and I'll put it over here. And all the little edible image quotes that I put on there were curling. Wait, it's like Friends with Phoebe when she gave Monica the haircut and she's like, I put in a clip to stop the curling. Anyway, the images were curling. The fondant was very sticky, and yesterday was not humid at all. There's no reason that this should have happened. So luckily I was home and not with my boo, and I was able to reprint the images. Since that star fell apart on the top, I couldn't make another one of those. It wouldn't have enough time to dry. So I printed out a logo and had to drive back there and fix it. I did what I could within like 20 minutes to quick print and put everything on fondant and leave and drive there. So when I got there, her husband came over to me and thanked me for coming over and fixing it. And he's like, the fridge that it was in must have been humid. And that had to be the issue because it was not humid outside. The cake was fine when I brought it the day before. There was nothing wrong with it. So it's a lesson learned the hard way. And unfortunately, that's how I have learned the most about my cake business, is when things go wrong, because you know not to do it the next time. Now, I will tell you my mindset when I got that text, and it's your heart sinks and you start to freak out a little bit. And I was like, oh my God, I ruined her birthday. This cake, it's falling apart and that looks horrible and it's a reflection on me. And then I just, with my yoga and my namaste, I started talking myself down. And it's very important to do that when stuff like this happens. And I just said, look, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to do what I can. I can't take back what happened. However, all I can do is make some new decorations, go up there, put them on there, try to make the cake look the best that it can, and apologize, and that's it. And I was able to calm myself down, because what is freaking out and worrying so much gonna do? It's just gonna make you so anxious. And literally all you can do is take a deep breath and try to fix it the best way possible. We are human, things happen, and it's all about how you deal with it. Before I calm myself down and my mind was running, I'm like, this is why I never give my cakes to anyone. I don't put them in anyone else's hands. I know if I do it, it's always done right. And I guess maybe that's my problem, and I don't ever hire people. I have one friend who will deliver cakes for me and that's it. My wrist just cracked. But I didn't blame them at all. Like, I took on entire responsibility because I delivered it a day early. So now I know, just for next time, when they want to store it in a stinking walk-in refrigerator, no. I know that my fridges here are humidity controlled, and they are the right humid. They're the right temperature and the right humidity in there, or there's no humidity in there, and I can control my environment and I don't have any issues. I do have a video on how I refrigerate cakes, and I will link that in the description below, but it's all about controlling the environment. It can't be too humid, it can't be too hot. And when I gave that cake to someone else, they weren't aware of that. So I'm gonna put the cake over here. And Jayla is so beautiful, and I taught her at the studio, and to see her, that was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, and she's growing up and she's so beautiful. And look, you can see the Hamilton thing on the top tier, that's a little too big, right? And there's some imperfections in there, and from far away, it doesn't look bad. So I'm super grateful that her parents were cool about it, and it didn't end up being the worst thing ever, because I know sometimes some customers can make a mountain out of a molehill. And I don't want to say that this is a molehill, but they can make it the worst thing ever. And I just want to say your mindset is just very important when you're going through a stressful situation like that, to just talk yourself down, say, okay, what happened happened. I can't turn back time and make it not happen. All I can do is offer to fix it, offer to give a partial refund. I also, I didn't refund, but I'm gonna make a free pound cake for her, or free cupcakes next time she needs them. She said I didn't have to do that, but I just feel better giving because it was an inconvenience. It is my fault. I delivered it a day early. All you could do is try to make it right. And I know I'm not alone because I actually just had somebody message me the other day, or they commented on one of my YouTube videos saying that they had an issue, the cake collapsed, you know, and I'm not the only one. And it happens. It's just par for the course with cake decorating. It doesn't always go perfect. You know, I want to let you know that it still happens to me 20 years into this, and it's okay. It's all in how you deal with it and how you try to, is it rectify the situation? Or, you know what I mean? You try to just make things right. Has this happened to you guys recently? I'd love to hear your stories and how you were able to make things right, or what you did after you got that dreaded text or phone call. So you can leave that in the comments below. And if you have any other questions or comments, you can leave them below as well. You can follow me on social media I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I have my website, and it's listed in the description below as well. And don't forget about these t-shirts. It's linked in the description below. Everything's, just look below the video. And if you want to stick around, you can watch these 2 videos next, and hit subscribe and the bell if you haven't already. Please like this video if you liked it. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's cake. Let's try to have some fun. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.